If you're still trying to understand why the connection with the person who touches your heart isn't flowing naturally, by looking at texts, behaviors, or distance, you'll keep finding yourself in the same relationship loop as long as that perspective doesn't change. Because none of those things are the cause, they're just the visible outcomes. What actually shapes everything is the quiet tension that builds unnoticed inside the connection over time. The inner state, carried without words, felt before any action, slowly narrowing the natural flow between you. This tension isn't what most people think it is. It's not an argument or an obvious problem. It's the subtle tightness you carry into the connection without realizing it. The inability to fully relax. It's never explained out loud, never clearly defined, but it shows up in your presence, in the way you exist next to them. When the other person genuinely feels at ease around you, the bond moves forward on its own, and the connection finds its rhythm. But when they sense an undefined discomfort in your presence, they don't always analyze it or know how to explain it. They simply pull back a little, instinctively creating space and keeping a safe distance. This is where most people get it wrong. They try to dissolve the tension by showing more interest, explaining themselves, or doing more. But what truly matters isn't how much you say or do. It's the inner state those actions come from, and what that state makes the other person feel. When you think about them, does your body speed up? Does your breath tighten? Do you feel a quiet pressure telling you that you need to do something right now? That inner state travels without words. It reaches them as a sensation they can't easily name, but can clearly feel. A subtle heaviness in the connections that's hard to point out, yet impossible to ignore. Ease is the opposite of this. It has nothing to do with indifference or emotional distance. It isn't coldness. It's not pulling away to create separation. It's the feeling of being together without forcing an outcome, being present without trying to move the connection somewhere. It's the stance of, I'm here, but I'm not trying to push you, and I'm not tightening myself or you in the process. In this state, the person you're with doesn't feel the need to defend themselves, perform, or prove anything. They can simply be. When tension dissolves, what happens isn't just relief. The bond naturally returns to its original flow, without effort or direction, and you stop being the one silently asking to be chosen. You become someone whose presence feels good, someone it's easy to stay with. This shift often happens faster than people expect, because instead of trying to fix something outside, an inner state that was already there begins to take the lead, and the connection starts moving forward on its own. The moment you notice that you can think about your specific person without trying to force a result, your inner stance changes. The way you relate to the connection settles onto simpler ground. I'm not chasing an outcome right now. I'm not trying to make anything happen. The way I'm showing up is already enough for the bond between us to form naturally. As this state settles in, your behavior aligns on its own. The urge to explain yourself loosens. The need for validation fades. Your presence becomes clearer, calmer, and more grounded. Because now you're no longer carrying a hidden pressure that creates tension. You're embodying a state that feels safe to be around, a presence where the other person doesn't need to guard themselves. And it's right here where this inner ease becomes stable in your body and your attitude. that the connection finds its balance. If this helped you see something more clearly, you can stay connected to this flow by liking the video and sharing what stayed with you in the comments. To catch similar videos, subscribing to the channel is enough. The awareness we're holding here together finds its place naturally as you keep watching. Glad you're here.